It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Titans and the Silver and Black, and it's all up next.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today we've got a fun AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. This taken in right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback who grew up just outside of Cleveland on Lake Erie, Mitchell Trubisky.
His ups and downs since being the second overall selection back in 2017. But when he's on, Mitchell Trubisky shows all the attributes you're looking for in a quarterback. Big arm, excellent legs for mobility. His key, being consistent. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So from the 26-yard line, here's second down and 8. Now Trubisky to throw. The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
An early pass on the opening drive. This is third and 8. Here's Trubisky. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatch, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to the back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
If he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now Trubisky on first down. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards, a little danger from the previous play where they got 16.
Some coverage here defensively. They're going to let their tight end run a drag across the field. This is where a linebacker gets forced to pass him off. That time, the receiver gets lost a little bit, and he's able to make a catch and pick up good yardage in a first down.
A first down carry for Henry. Oh, he pulls over it. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And that's going to be incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Here's second. Off the option, here's Henry. Down to about the 22 here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 41 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. Quite the open drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Go play action. Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Mitchell Trubisky taking it 4 yards out. And the Titans are on the board first here in Vegas.
Effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Nick Folk for the point after. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. That time, a 9-play drive.
Makes this.
Yeah, that's how it's done. That's how it's done.
Score Titans 7, Raiders 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25, 26-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed. And played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as the guy. He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile, and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
First down run with Jacobs won't get a whole lot, maybe a yard, but that's about all, and it's second down. They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. They get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Powers. 7 yards on the quick snap and a first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and the 47. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive.
one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Once again, it's Jacobs. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2nd and 9. To throw is Brissett. Short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Brissett. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good actions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Carlson able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answer the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to play a goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now a stoppage, and oh boy, we've got Trubisky shaken up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They need 2 Here's third down. Inside handoff, Henry. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll be at about the 45. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. As they got it 2nd and 7. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On 2nd down, it's Henry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They'll try the air now with Keenum. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
My jersey.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Keenum. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Here's Keenum to throw. That one too wide and incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
On fourth down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Hunter Renfrow deep to return for the Raiders. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And after the field goal, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive with a kick. Most of them wanted it with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the other, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that did with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out. It's a 2nd and long yardage.
That loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing. Brissett. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Cooper's first catch, and good for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on linebackers right now. And that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had his eyes on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Oh, that is incomplete.
Their zone defense, it looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
second down incompletion. They'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They go play action with Brissett. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On 1st and 10, Keenum.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Henry up the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Keenum. Forced out to his left. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. The return is Renfro. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides. But sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. This one continues.
Brissett to throw on 1st. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards. Giants picking up the first.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage. Done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
A run on first down with Jacobs as he'll get this forward for about a 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line battle up front and wing in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Second and 6. From the gun, here's Brissett. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. He'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, mistake-free football. That just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
And now they start in plus territory following that turnover. And so try to get some points here before halftime.
Now here's Keenum.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage or make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
2nd and 10.
Keenum. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Chance of being able to open up in the backfield, big loss of yardage. He gathers that screen pass, uses the blocker as well, and pick up the first down.
To throw is Keenum.
partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback. Last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was failing some on the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got protected. So second and long, you got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Keenan now to throw. That's set up the Spears. So the screen for Elliott.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. This is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he's selected in front of him. Nice move there.
They need 18 on third down. Back to throw. So now it's time to speak of the remaining of this first half as the kicks away. And they're getting down inside the 22. Set to get this drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw down on the final play. He's going to let it go deep for Jackson. So we reach halftime here. We're visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we continue to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Now to return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 80-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on the first down. Exactly what you get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running, and they're smart. You're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now a 2nd and 2. This throw quickly out to Cooper. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle for loss to Harold Landry. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything changing up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
We're set now on 2nd down. Finds his man, complete. That's Powers. Over a gain of 7. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Brissett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and it hooked up there for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 35, now at the 34-yard line. 83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Bowers. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
The ball comes loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to it and knock it free and make it a turnover.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
They'll start on the ground. Inside, but nothing there. Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henry. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. When he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here comes 3rd down at 7. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Max Crosby. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
That kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
They'll work from 36 on 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. And even 100 yards on the ground here for Jacobs. And this is a 1st down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Brissett on 1st down. Open man, that's Renfro. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
Jacobs. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he'll put it through, and that evens up at 10 apiece. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Wiggles free. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A first down carry for Henry. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get a yard to the 33.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And he's going to have to eat this. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally. That is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. To throw is Brissett.
2 as they come up 2nd and 10. Play action now. Brissett. Complete. It's Johnson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 35-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw him through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bowers. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Gave up a completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
If they get nothing else here on 3rd down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Here's Brissett. They try and set the screen. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of first as he can only get this to the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
37-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And the Titans getting to go.
And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line. Have to here. The protection, that's what made this success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff running left. Henry fights off the defender. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try to snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Trubisky. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 7.
Now Trubisky. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on the route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
This offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10. This is 3rd and 7. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Fights through, now a crease. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook, and I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now it's Trubisky. And that is caught on the right sideline, out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well, cannot finish it off. Intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
He's been a workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it, and you've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring it down. It'll go to a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Brissett looks to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Here's A.J. Cole now, and you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? He'll take it at the 42. They'll get 9 yards on the return following a punt of 42. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Trubisky readies the offense. Down 13-10. Just over 1:40 to play. And they need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Charlie Tillery running in there and setting it.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's second down. Now it's Trubisky. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's third and long. Throwing now is Trubisky. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that was picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, retained possession, but two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on fourth and long. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
time as we're back underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they were 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Looking to throw, Trubisky on down. He's got a comebacker. That's Watkins. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd down and 6 now. He'll get it. He's been beaten it on. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 5-yard gain. They'll be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a 1st down here at 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't it?
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing here, Trubisky. And it is caught. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. 17 yards that play for the Titans.
I don't care care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move to the 15.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And they're going with some extra beef up front. They've got to have this one in overtime. It's 3rd and 1. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. A yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Now Trubisky to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
His kick is good.
So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a Tennessee score.
the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Brissett. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. So he hooked up with a veteran there. And in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce situation. Sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a power arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Brissett sets to throw it.
Loose inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they bring.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been sky country. Are any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And this one through the uprights and good. The time summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And an in for the Las Vegas touchdown. This one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Titans set and ready to go on offense.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like
going to stay in that groove here this go-around. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now, 2nd and 4 from the 31. Running left, it's Henry. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Now it's Trubisky.
Finding Watkins. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky.
That one's taken in by Spears.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Second and 10. The option, here's Henry.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Trubisky will throw. And he will not be able to hang through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had a touchdown their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does it. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On play action, Brissett. He finds his man Johnson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Jacobs going to try the middle. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
He's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down.
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. Open man, that's Renfro. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
It certainly is a fan. You get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of plays. But they're working on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can do with. And there's completion right there.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They will run a draw with Jacobs. And a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throw, Brissett. It's caught, Cooper. Oh, he's breathing room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now another timeout here called by the Titans. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT. what pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime. So this one a victory for the Raiders. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.